Welcome to Man Talk 133. This is where men unite. What's up, my boy?
Hey, what's
What's up
going on,
with it?
home? What's
Ain't
going
nothing
on with you?
to it. Man, we fighting, dog. I came back on vacation, boy. I tell you right now. When you get up at 3 in the morning, every morning, and you switch from going to bed from 11 or 12 at night and then
Man.
getting up at 8 or 9. It's
Hmm.
different from having to go to bed at 9 or 10 and getting up at 3, boy. And you got to get back
Man.
used to that.
Right. How you enjoy it, man?
Oh man, it was
How
it
you
was
enjoy it?
great. We was great. We went down to Orlando, man, for 7 days, and
Hmm.
yeah, you see, I got the little tan going, dog. Got a little tan going on. You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Boy, I got burnt up
Yeah.
down that mug, dog.
Well, they talk
Yeah,
like they know that Florida's a different heat. That's a
it's
different kind
definitely
of heat down there,
it's
boy.
definitely different, bro. It'll
Yeah.
burn you so quick, and I don't know why, but it'll brown you up, dog. So
Hmm.
it
You
brown you up,
you
but
pretty good though. You pretty good though, man. As far as like vacation, you can jump up and take off. Like I still got school going, both of them.
yeah, yeah,
A
and you
student,
got Lincoln
I
too,
got a
dog.
student, and a teacher
Yeah, you got
in the
Lincoln
house. I
too.
can't go nowhere yet.
You got
Yeah,
three, that.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Because I tell anybody, man, hey, when they try to get a pet, I tell them. I
Yeah.
told a few people straight up, like,
Yeah.
look,
Don't
don't
do
do
it.
it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. But some of them fall into the trap, and then they be crying, like, man, I should
Oh,
have
this
listened to you, D.
that multiple get him. Oh, he's so cute. And I just want to hold
Yep.
him, and I just want to and put the little outfits on him, and I want to do X, Y,
Yep.
Z. And before you know it, you didn't got sucked in, Doc. You done got
Yep.
sucked in. Yeah.
And they really hinder you too, man. Like as far as like trying to go on vacation and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
bet.
they hold you back, man, because
Hmm.
you gotta try to get bored. You gotta try to make sure they shot records is up to date to
Yeah.
get in the board. And
Wow.
then, like the little Yorkie that we got, he got his anxiety is so high
Uh-huh.
that man, we had to get a mobile groomer
Wow.
to come and get him, man, because you take him to the groomers or the vets, man, he cried real bad. So
See, act up.
I tell people, man, hey, I know they may want one, but hey,
Don't
you
do
better
it.
weigh your options.
Don't do it. Hey,
Right.
I know y'all dog lovers. There's some dog lovers out there, y'all don't care.
Right.
But for the ones
Right.
that ain't dog lovers or just thinking
Right.
about getting one, don't get one. So bro,
It
I
ain't
was
gonna go. It ain't gonna go like you think it gonna go when you
nah.
get one.
So I got an interesting comment on one of the videos that I did
Okay.
like back. And the
Hmm.
dude was talking about joining the military at an older age.
Right.
Now, I was one of the ones that went in at what, 30 time? What year I go in, bro? 31, 33. But for the second
Yeah.
time, 30,
Right. The second time.
33, I went in
Okay.
for the second time. Now, I'm going to tell you like this. My advice to
Hmm.
them, to the older guys that want to do it, if you feel like the way they got the PT standards now,
Hmm.
bro, they so low that, man, basically, I mean, anybody can kind of pass it. I mean, you talk about
Right.
some branches they got 3 mile run and well, a mile and a half run in like 20 something minutes, 25. If you can't do that, then
Oh,
you
it's
definitely
a
don't
mile.
need to be. Yeah,
It's a mile and a half now.
yeah, yeah. It's
Well,
my well,
I get with the core. I know it was 3 miles.
yeah. Now they always been the standard has been with them 3 miles, but I think the Air
Right.
Force mile and a half, Army mile and a half. I
Hmm.
think the Navy a mile or something. You got to swim or something. I don't know
Hmm.
y'all can come in and let us know, but I would just give it for me. I went in at 33,
Hmm.
and the hardest part for me is leaving the family. If you
Hmm.
ain't ready to leave some crying folk behind,
Right.
don't do it. Though
And
I'm
not
telling
only
you.
that, you talking about
Uh-huh.
that like an older guy. Like I
Yeah.
think I don't know if the like I said, I don't know if the criteria changed. You could help me out on that. Like I
Hmm.
remember it used to be the cutoff line was like 35.
Used to be. Yep.
It's I don't know if it's dropped or if it went up or whatever, but well, what I would say to the older cats, man, is trying to go in, like it's I see why they have guys go in when they're younger.
Yeah.
like when they fresh out
Oh,
of high
absolutely.
school,
Yeah.
because
Your
you
body,
they can
boy.
count, yeah, and they can mold you.
Yeah.
Like
There you
you got
go.
to figure, you like you 33, 34, 35, and then you
Yeah.
going into Paris Island and they make you
Man.
do this, and that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Well,
it's
see, the
gonna be
Marine,
hard to adapt to.
yeah, Marine Corps, they don't play them games. I think
Right.
I want to say their cutoff was like 27, I think, or somewhere in that
Okay.
area. Unless you
Okay.
did unless you did a prior service, I think you can
Yeah,
go
prior
in,
service.
add them years to it, and if long as you can graduate, as long as you can retire with 20 years
Mm-hmm.
on the whatever amount of time you can do it. But I
Mm-hmm.
when I went, man, it was it's definitely different.
Mm-hmm.
From when I went in, from when I went in before to I went in the last time, it's definitely totally different. And I mean different in a
Right.
sense of, you have young people that you gotta be able to deal with their personalities, and
Right.
you gotta be,
Right.
if you're older, you might have kids
Mm-hmm.
that's 15 or whatever, how old, and they gonna have the tendencies like your kids got to do stuff, say stuff, all kind of weird stuff, to
Mm-hmm.
kind of not thinking that, hey, bro, I'm 35 or whatever, I can be your dad.
And not only that too, like when you in your 30s or either
Yeah,
mid 20s, like
yeah,
you can probably adapt a little bit better
yeah.
in your mid 20s, as far as like, like if you hungry. What I mean, I ain't
Uh-huh.
talking about like hungry, like you want to eat something, but like if you
Yeah.
hungry with
And
that
want to go
desire,
get it. Yeah.
you want to go get it, you good. But like now when the people when they get in their 30s, they got to take in consideration that they had so much freedom.
Yeah.
Like it'll be just
Mm-hmm.
like now, like cats is like 30, 32, 33 trying to go in now, right?
Yeah.
Now, if they got that strong desire to go in, they can go in, but it's probably only a handful that can do that because you've
Yeah.
been accustomed to laying on the couch, you get freedom, this and that or whatever. But when you
We
get in
boy.
basic, you
Yeah.
under some strict rules in basic, and then when you get to your unit,
Bruh. It was
you
different.
strict, so a
It's
30 a 30
different.
a 30 plus guy, I
It
wouldn't
was
want to discourage them, but
it
it's
was
it's you know
challenging. It was
yeah.
challenging because you think about it, I was 33, I go in, and you know how they got the rules in place. So you got to sit down, it got to be quiet, quiet. I don't
Right.
want to hear nothing,
Yeah,
quiet.
man.
And then
Right.
you sitting there, you thinking like, you look at the clock, it's like 6 o'clock, and you thinking like, bruh, 6 o'clock at night, boy, I'm sitting on the couch chilling.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm, kicking it with the family. We may be going out to eat or do something.
Yep.
And now I'm here. And
Mm-hmm.
that's when it hits you like, bruh, should I go through with this, or should I go on back to the crib? Because like you said, you so set in your ways,
Mm-hmm.
how you normally do stuff. And I was like, yo, bro, I was sitting there and I was like, man. Then you think about when I left, Jordan was 4,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you got him crying, Keisha
Right.
crying, and then now I'm sitting there, and you were gonna on all these strict rules. You can't look around. You can't. I'm like, bro, you thinking like,
Yeah.
yo, bro, I'm a grown man. I'm probably older than most of the people that's telling me what to do.
Yep. The
You know what
drill
I'm
instructor,
saying?
you're right. And
Yeah.
so what when you went in, what did they send you? Because I think I remember you went to Texas, right? With
Lackland
the Air
Air
Force.
Force Base. Yeah.
Okay,
Lackland.
yeah, I thought it was something
Hmm.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I went to
Yeah.
Lackland, then I dropped down to Keesler Air Force Base in Biloxi, and then down to
Mm-hmm.
Pope. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's still, bro, you talking about, like even with getting up early, and just so
Mm-hmm.
like
Oh
for
yeah.
example, they since I was older and I was like I was so fast at doing stuff, they was like, hey, we're gonna make him the dorm chief right off the top. That's the
Mm-hmm.
dude that's over top of everybody. When the drill instructors leave, you're gonna be our
Right.
guy. And
Right.
what make you so mad when they do these non-duty inspections? These young kids, they'll kick their shower shoes off in the middle of the floor. And if you in the bed sleeping, and he come wake you up with
Hey,
that flashlight, that's on you
hey,
because you should have
that's on
checked it.
that's on you, bro. Hey,
Yeah.
I already know. Like you in that
Yeah.
dormitory.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a different ball game. A lot of people don't understand it. They just see
It's
they
different.
just see the people going in, and they just see them graduate.
Yeah, it's a lot
That's all they
entailed in
see.
it, bro. It's a lot
Cause like it,
entailed.
cause like I said, I was in my squad, like but like I said, I was a younger guy,
Mm-hmm.
fresh out of high school. So when you fresh out of high school and athletic, I see why they try to get you in because they can easily mold you.
Mm-hmm.
You still in shape,
Yeah.
then they
Yeah.
can mold. Like I said, they can mold you, right? But like with me and my squad, man, like we was in different squads, but it was like,
Mm-hmm.
and I know y'all had this too. Like when somebody mess up, like it
Mm-hmm.
was like five of us.
Yeah.
Like I'm in one squad, somebody in another
Yeah.
squad, somebody in the back, somebody in the front.
Yeah.
If one of the five mess up, drill instructor be like, "Yo, Whitaker, come on, let's go."
Come
A
on.
matter of fact, go get your buddies too and bring them on too.
Yeah, break.
And then, yeah, and then when my buddies mess up, they tell them the same thing. Go get your buddies and come on. And then the whole time they got you pushing up and they dragging you.
At the
They
on the
telling you,
quarter deck,
yeah,
doc.
yeah, man. They telling the rest of the platoon, listen, thank Whitaker for making y'all do push-ups.
Yeah,
You know
doc.
what I'm saying?
I
So
used to
it's a
hate
different,
that,
yeah,
boy.
it's a different ball game, man. So if you, like I said, if you in your 30s and like I said, if you got that hunger, the desire, you think you can,
You
you
probably
can
can
do it.
do it. You can do it, but
But
bro, I used to hate that so bad, dog. When they used to, you done good all day. You know you
mm-hmm.
have. You done good, and they come out and they do that call, doc. And you like, they said Whitaker, you like me, bro. You know you done good all since your
Yep,
buddies that messed up and you attached to them.
that's it.
They
That's it.
want you too. I'm just like, bro, like, and now you running up there. It's a little different. Marine Corps
Yep.
basic training is totally different from the Air Force and any other one because
Right.
the Marine Corps they got a space just for you called a quarter deck. So when they
Oh
call
yeah.
you up there, that's
Yeah.
what you know what time it is.
And they
You
got some
know.
bars up there too, where you can do pull-ups on them. There's some bars up there too.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people probably ain't noticed it, but they up there because
Okay, bro.
I don't had to hit them before.
I was trying to tell you, boy. So y'all people that want to join at an older age, man, just make sure you motivated. Make sure you got your weight down. Make sure you
Mm-hmm.
hungry. Make sure you it's the right decision. What's your reasoning for joining? Like just for what the uniform? If that's it, don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, it ain't gonna
Right.
turn out good. If I was 33. I went for the benefits. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
went for the school benefits, the health care, and all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. I'm like, hey, I'm 33. I ain't really trying to when I
Right.
get done with this, I mean, I'm done. Like, I ain't like I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna transition into something else. Like the young people, they
Mm-hmm.
could transition into, if they come out of a Marine Corps, like FBI, or they come out of the military, they can go in the
Yep.
U.S. Marshals or whatever.
Right.
And I'm 30 something.
Right.
I'm like, bro, when I get done with this, it's a wrap. So
Yeah. It's
make sure you want it, and make sure the most important thing is that weight, bro.
mm-hmm. And
You
for the
got
older guys too.
yeah.
Outside of that weight for the older guys is going in. The way I see it, I'm thinking about it now for the older guys.
Hmm.
Because it really wasn't too many older guys that were going in.
Hmm.
Like
Back
when I
then,
was
yeah.
in back
Hmm.
then, like it may be. I think we had one dude was with us. He had came out of the army,
Uh-huh.
and then he came over with us after he got
Uh-huh.
out of the army. Right, he was the only older guy that we had. But like, when you got these older guys going in, or the best thing I could tell them to do is kind of like a when you older and going in, you got to kind of like have your mind your business type mindset
Yeah. There you go.
because
That part.
you got to keep your head straight ahead. You know these guys because with some of them drill instructors when they see like the older guy,
Yeah.
oh they gonna be in his ear both sides of his ear
Both
hollering at him,
sides and in his
dragging
face,
him.
doc. Yeah.
Yeah, in his face they gonna be trying to push
Yeah.
that limit. So you just got to keep straight ahead and
You
mind your
gotta,
business type. You
yeah,
know.
you gotta endure because in the civilian world, you so used to at our age, you talking about 30
Yeah.
some years old. You used to looking all around, and
Oh
every
yeah.
time you hear a noise, you turn around.
Oh, that's
In
out.
there, that's out.
Yeah. Yeah,
When
that's
when
out.
they say lock in, you stay locked, don't head and eyes straight to the front. That's what they mean.
That's
And
what
if
they
you don't
mean.
adhere to that rule, this was coming with it. I mean, it's just what it
Right.
is. So, then too, when I joined, it was everything, like I said, it's more laxed. Like
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I got in. I was 191 when I left.
Mm-hmm.
Their
Okay.
their weight limit was 191. So like,
You
but
talking
I
about when you got it? You talking about when you got in or
when I
when you
went through the
got out?
ASVAB. Now when I went through the
Okay. Okay.
ASVAB,
I
so you
got
had to be a certain weight or whatever when you before you leave. So
you.
and
Mm-hmm.
then uh when I came back though, I was 172. Because another
Oh
thing
yeah.
too, y'all gotta keep in mind is that you're gonna do a lot of walking. You're gonna
Mm-hmm.
do a lot of PT. You're gonna do a
Yep.
lot of physical stuff like the old course.
Yep.
That kind of stuff like that. You gonna stay in the woods. Marine Corps, they call it. I guess when y'all get ready to graduate, they call it the crucible.
Yeah.
You had to do the crucible.
Yep.
If you ain't built for that, if you ain't built for staying in the woods for I
Yep.
think the Air Force bumped theirs up to a couple of weeks. I think their training for staying in the woods went up from 1 week to
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks. So if you ain't wanting to do that, I know Texas, they found rattlesnakes. They tell you check your
Yeah.
shoes, scorpions, all kind of weird
Right.
stuff. If you ain't ready for that, don't go,
Right.
bro.
And
Don't
see,
go.
I see right offhand. I don't know what they did with basic warrior training. That BWT in the
Mm-hmm.
Corps.
Uh-huh.
Down at Geiger, Camp
Uh-huh.
Lejeune or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So they had just changed. It used to be ICT when I
Mm-hmm.
was in infantry
Mm-hmm.
combat training. That's after
Hmm.
you that's after you get out of basic,
After you get out of
and
basic training,
then
yeah.
you get out of basic training, and guys be going to they MOS schools or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you got IT, they going to the IT schools in
Yeah.
Cherry Point somewhere. But
Yeah.
if you got if you got infantry, you going to Geiger.
You're gonna
So it's
write
like
down.
your infantry never stops. So
Right,
yeah,
right.
so you're gonna be like, you're gonna be out there in the woods a lot. And you
Man.
know, they just got to be able to handle it. And then another thing too is like I tell you what got us too, man, like what get you when you go to the core,
Mm-hmm.
whether you get in as a when you go in as an older guy or what, it's gonna
Mm-hmm.
shock you.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they probably still do this right.
Mm-hmm.
So when we got down, okay, when we left Raleigh, when we
Uh-huh.
left the MEPS,
Uh-huh.
we was going to the Corps, whatever. They put all us on, you going to the army. They sent each one of the group
Mm-hmm.
of guys to the
Uh-huh.
airport. They took their individual flights, right? So it was
Uh-huh.
probably about three or four of us. We flew down to I think it was Charleston.
Uh-huh.
So when we
So
got to Charleston, South, to the airport,
okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. I got
yeah, they flew us to Charleston. Still civilians or whatever. So
you. Mm-hmm.
we down in the airport, we walking around, this, that, or whatever, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, we cool, we chilling. All the bros, we chilling,
Yeah.
man. Like, yeah, man, we going to PI, this, that, or whatever. And then we was trying to find the Marine Corps office or
Uh-huh.
whatever the check-in office or whatever they call it that's in the airport. They
Uh-huh.
got one in the airport,
Yep,
right?
they do. Uh-huh.
So we walking around trying to find it or whatever. So we messed around and we asked this dude. We asked a lady first, right? I never forget it. We asked a lady
Uh-huh.
first, and she was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Oh, well, I don't really know this, that, or whatever, but there's a Marine over there. You can ask him, right?" So the dude, he had his greens
Set
on,
up.
right? So he just looked like a regular, he
Yeah.
had the blues on or nothing. So we asked him like, yeah, man, we just got here, man. We're going to Paris Island, where do we check in at? And he said, he talked to us real nice. He
Uh-huh.
said, y'all coming to the court? He said, congratulations, this, that, or whatever. He
Uh-huh.
said, how many of y'all or whatever? So
Set
he
up.
made sure that he got all our names. He made sure all
Oh.
of us was in there that was, the right people, right? So
Uh-huh.
once he got us situated, they took us on the other side in the middle of the airport on a blank empty wall with people passing by, and they drug us right there. I was like, man, what
Uh,
in the hell did I get myself? I started to get back on the
for
plane to
real.
come back.
I'm
And
trying to
then
tell you.
and see, you got to get past that as an older guy too,
Yeah.
if you're
Cause they
going
gonna
in.
be they gonna be in your face. Dog. It ain't no question.
Yeah.
It ain't no if, ands, or buts
Yeah.
about it. If you can't handle nobody in your face, and
Mm-hmm.
especially if you know they're younger than you, if you can't
Right.
handle that, it ain't no need. Just stay home.
Mm-hmm.
Go continue doing what you're doing because it's gonna be times, man, where they going especially if you got I know the Air Force was you had Air Force dorm chief and element leaders. So
Mm-hmm.
you got five. So
Mm-hmm.
if your people younger than you and you don't get to be like an element leader or a dorm chief and they go
Right.
off on you,
Mm-hmm.
you got to be able to handle it. Cause all they got to do is like I know when I was when, you know now I never forget when I went to Paris Island and you know
Mm-hmm.
this is in here, Doc. April
Oh
10th,
yeah.
1995. So they took us down on a van. They drove us down on a
Right.
van. And
Mm-hmm.
when we drove down on the van, bro, we sitting there, Doc, we slouched all over in the car in the van,
Mm-hmm.
you know, we chilling because the dude he just played music. He was just, he was just a driver. But
Set up.
When that Joker came to that van, though, bro,
Oh yeah.
you
So
knew where
y'all
you was
got
at.
so y'all got lucky. You see, y'all got on the van. See what
Yeah.
they did. See what they did us once they made sure they got all of us. They was getting us in groups. So when they got
Uh-huh.
my group of four, they took us down in like this basement area
Mm-hmm. Oh wow.
underneath the airport. And then they had desks and stuff set up like you was in the
Uh-huh.
classroom, right? So they
Wow.
put us and they told we had to sit with our hands and stuff at the desk, like like we
Yeah.
can't look around or whatever, because we was under in a basement somewhere, right?
Wow.
Until they got all the flights in that everybody was going to
Uh-huh.
Paris Island.
Uh-huh.
And then I saw the guys coming in. They was coming in, and we was sitting there locked up like this, right? And they was coming in. They didn't know what was going on, right? And then they put all of us on that bus.
Yeah.
And then
And
once we
bust
got down
y'all.
on the bus, and then they put, once we got on the bus, of course, they come up there and get you and then make you get on the footprints.
Yep, yep. And
You know what
we
I'm
hopped
saying?
out the van right on the footprints, right there. He came out, he
Right.
said, sit up, shut up, head and eyes straight to the front. When I tell you to get out, you get out and you line up on the yellow
Mm-hmm.
fruit. And when that joker said get out, boy, that mother was hollering and screaming, Doc. I'm just like, bro, I'm
Mm-hmm.
like you, I'm looking around like, bro, what in the world is going
Yep.
on? Then next thing you got I don't know where all of them come from. Bro, you got probably like 15 of them just come, they running all through
Mm-hmm.
hollering at you and just freaking you out. And in
Mm-hmm.
Air Force, totally different. We
Right.
gets we gets down, we had to take a flight down to the San Antonio Air Force base airport somewhere down and then
Mm-hmm.
they bust us over. But when we get
Mm-hmm.
there, bro, we sitting back in the I guess the USO office. So we sitting back, man, we
Right.
chilling, we drinking. They just said don't lose your paperwork, whatever. We drinking cocoa, we chilling. And then
Oh yeah, y'all good.
so it won a shock to me when they started yelling because I was just like, I'm used to this, bro. I'm married, been married since 20.
Right.
I'm used to this, dog. This ain't nothing to me. So they coming up there yelling and yelling and yelling. And man, them little young boys was up there. Some of them, man, was about to cry.
Crying. Yep.
Yeah. And I know older guys, y'all ain't got to deal with this, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
guess. I'm gonna say I don't guess you gonna cry, but
Right.
you will just give you the whole experience. It ain't like it's you go in and you just
Right.
get the uniform and you come back. It ain't like that.
No,
You
it
gonna
ain't
work
like
for
that.
it. You
And
gonna earn
like I
it.
said, yeah, like you said, the older guy, we ain't trying to discourage them or nothing like that. But
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
to give them a little bit of what's going on too.
You got
You know what I
to.
mean? You got to give them a little bit of what's going on, because like I said, because might be some older guys that's like in their 30s that's going, especially
Yeah.
I know at Paris Island. Now I don't know with all the rules and stuff that has changed now. Now I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if, let me put it this way, when say like an older guy go in, right, and you
Mm-hmm.
got the drill instructors all in your face yelling at you this and that or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can raise up at the drill
Yeah.
instructor you want to,
You can.
but
You can
but
try it.
it
I
ain't
won't
gonna go like
advise
you
it.
think it.
Right.
It
I
ain't gonna
won't
think
advise
it
it.
ain't gonna go like you think it's gonna go now, because they gonna take you out the back. They
I'm trying to
used
tell
to.
you.
Now I don't know how that
Where they
with the
changed
mothers,
that.
yeah, with the
What
mothers writing letters and all this stuff
they
like that.
changed it.
So
Yeah. Only
okay,
time they
so
can touch you if they adjusting your equipment and stuff like that. It's the only time they can really touch you.
oh, I'm
Back in
glad
the
I got. I'm glad I've been out there, and they too soft then.
Oh no, let me give you a
Yeah,
story real quick.
yeah, I'm
So I
glad I'm out
goes
of there.
out, so I goes out to Columbia, South Carolina, right? So I'm down there,
Mm-hmm.
and we was on Port, we was at Fort Jackson. They call it
Mm-hmm.
Relaxing Jackson. Now, I ain't never seen nothing so easy in in my life. I
Mm-hmm.
promise you, I thought it was like a summer camp. Man, they walking, they have, and no offense to all the Army guys, it is some tough guys out there. I know y'all are,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a reason why they call it relaxing Jackson. Doc.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, when I tell you, I thought it was like a summer camp. Man, they walking through. They don't have like the formation. It's all out of whack. They just
Oh
then,
no.
how they have you stand under the overhang up there. You stand under
Mm-hmm.
there till the drill instructor get there. Man, they just
Mm-hmm.
standing around lollygagging and they just,
Oh
just standing
no.
around. Yeah, that was different for me
Nah.
when I saw that. I was like, even the Air Force don't do that.
Right. Yeah,
Now
that's yeah.
I'm saying to the older guys, I'm giving y'all dropping y'all a little nugget. If y'all want to go to the army and say you want to go to Fort Jackson for basic training, Fort
Because I
Jackson
mean,
easy.
right. Because they could actually do this. Like I would tell the older guys, like I said, since it is an age limit, and
Mm-hmm.
I like I said, I don't know that what the criteria is. Like I said, I think you probably know that a little better than I do now,
Mm-hmm.
since they changed a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But the older guys that want to go in, they can kind of what can kind of help them or save them is they go in and they go get their beating in basic.
Yep.
But what they do is when they go, they just go in as reserve.
Yep. Yeah, they can do that
So
too.
so when they come out of they go in basic and they get beat up in basic. When they get out, they gonna probably go home for a little bit before they go
Yep.
to their school. And
Yep.
then but once they go to their school, they'll be able to come back home where they can then they'll be like, what is it? One weekend out of the month
Yep. One weekend out a month
and
and
two
two
weekends in the
weekends a
summer or
year.
something,
Uh-huh.
something like National Guard or something like that
Yep.
or whatever, you know
Yep.
what I'm saying? But if they want to do that, they get their feet wet by being an older guy,
Yeah. And
they can
then
kind of
then
do that.
convert over, yeah, if they want to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if they want to, yeah, they can try
Yeah.
it like that. So that way they won't be stuck. Cause you be like you said, you're an older guy, you 33, 34, 35, and you stuck in the Corps for 4 years. That seemed like 8.
Yeah. If you older. Yeah,
Yeah, you know what I
it's
mean?
you gonna
So
take a beating now. Even
yeah.
with the training, even with the
Mm-hmm.
training outside of basic training, you got combat hidden skill stuff you got to go through. You got to
Yep.
go if you infantry, you got to go do that, and there's a lot. I know. I
Rifle
do know.
qualification,
Yeah, all of that you got to keep
swim
doing, man.
qual, pistol
Yeah,
qualification. If you
yeah,
don't if you don't get none of those qualifications, you get just sent they'll send you back, drop you
yeah,
back to another class. You won't graduate
yeah,
with the class that you came with,
yeah.
so
You
stuff
got you
like
got to
that.
be
So
mindful of that. Mindful of that. Even with this, with the Air Force, I know that when you graduate basic training, you don't come home. You go
okay.
straight, yeah, you go straight to your tech school.
That's kind of tough though.
Yeah, I had
I
to do it.
but so how long is y'all basic like for Air Force?
Where they changed it, it
6.
was 6.5,
Okay.
and then they
And then
changed it to I want to say it's eight or 10 now. So they changed it
okay.
because they do the extra week out in the
Mm-hmm.
woods.
And then
Yeah.
your school, okay, like say like let's say like it was 6 weeks, then your
Hmm.
school is like what?
What I picked was information management. I had 7 weeks, so I left the first week of April and I came back in May. I want to say it was
So
May.
you
Yeah, May.
so
Yeah,
you
yeah.
so with
No,
that
no,
so
I'm
with
wrong.
that
Hold on, let
right
me
there.
see. May.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. April, May, June, July. Um, I was gone, man. Hold on. I was gone about 3 months though, straight, except for when I came back, got my car and went back. So it's probably
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because I did. Yeah, yeah, it's about right. 6 and 7, that's 13 weeks. Yeah.
So with all of that right there, what you
Mm-hmm.
just did,
Mm-hmm.
y'all still ahead of the curve
Yeah.
with the core.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Your mic went out.
What
There
about
you
now?
go. Yeah, yeah, you good. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like with basic with the core, like we
Mm-hmm.
do 13 weeks.
Yep. Yeah.
And see, y'all, you did, say y'all did 6 weeks
Uh-huh.
in the Air Force, and then y'all go straight to your schooling, and then you
Yep.
get to school. By the time you come out this for 14 weeks, maybe.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it kind of equal up to the Marine Corps basic
Basic
training
training,
altogether,
basic. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you have to, if older guys, you had to find out what the Marine Corps cutoff is. But
Mm-hmm.
if you thinking that you gonna go join the Air Force for 4 weeks, I mean,
Right.
for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever they got. And then after you do that, you're gonna go through the Marine Corps and think you're gonna not have to do that basic training. Nah, bro, you got to do that.
Oh no. Yeah,
You
you gonna
got
have
to
to
do
do that.
that. You're gonna have to go back through basic training again.
Yeah.
So I'm just letting you
Like
know
if
that.
like if you go to Corps, they always say if you go once you finish Marine Corps basic training, you
Yeah.
can go to the other branches without going
And
through
without, yep,
their basic.
100%, 100%. But if you
Yeah.
go through, I think it's certain jobs in the army, and I can't think of what they are, but if certain jobs in the
Mm-hmm.
army in the Air Force, that if you did, you don't have to go back through that basic training. But for the most
Mm-hmm.
part, if you gonna go to the Marine Corps, just go and take your beating now. Because if you think you're gonna just go join this branch and then go, slip in the Marine Corps and not have to go through their basic
Mm-hmm.
training, you're gonna get two beatings. So you
Right.
might as well
Cause
go
like
on
I
and
said,
get it up front.
yeah, because like I said, well, we had a when I had a guy, he used to hang with us up in Norfolk,
Hmm.
but he was in basic training, and he went to Camp Geiger in school in infantry. He was Army
Hmm.
guy,
Uh-huh.
but he was one of the oldest guys in our platoon on PI. But he, like I said,
Hmm.
he came out of the Army and came over with us, and he had to go through
Uh-huh.
our basic,
You see what I'm
so
saying? You still got to
until all
do that.
you're right. Until all the older cats out there that listen, or like I said, the guy that that come in on the video, he's talking about the military, said talk about more the video, talk
Hmm.
about more do more videos with military. For him, I would tell him like Air Force, Army or Navy or something like
Yeah.
that, with his age. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
see he kind of like I said, he'll kind of know by his age too, would have helped him with giving him advantage too. He'll know
Hmm.
what kind of job to sign for and lock in on. Like if he
Yeah.
want to go do mechanic work,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, he can
No.
he yeah, he can go in and lock in for mechanic work and then get this 4 years experience with the mechanic work, you
Hmm.
know.
Yeah.
So that'll kind of help him out too,
Yeah. And then too, like you said, man, with even the Navy might be a good option.
Yep.
Because that basic training ain't that rigorous at all. So that may
Right.
be an option, that you may can explore. But for the most part, just don't get it twisted.
Right.
You at 30 something years old,
Yeah,
or
man.
somewhere in that area, you gonna catch it. It's either
Mm-hmm.
gonna be missing the family, or either
Yep.
you sure about a shape, or you can't handle nobody yelling at you that's
Mm-hmm.
younger than you. You can't take orders from nobody, and you want to do what you want to do, bro. It ain't. You might well just stay home because it ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
It
It
ain't
ain't
gonna
gonna be
work.
none of that for a while. It's gonna seem like eternity too. It ain't gonna be none of that
Yeah.
for a good little while of just laying back on the couch with the
Nah.
remote control. That's out.
That's out once you join
Yeah,
that. Like
yeah,
they
that's
say,
out.
man. To all the ones out there, like they say, man, that the hard part begins when you graduate basic training. Everybody think that's the
Mm-hmm.
hard part. That's actually the
Mm-hmm.
easy part. Because once
Right.
you graduate, you got to uphold the uniform.
Yep.
And now you held to a higher standard. And not to mention, you got this is a lifetime, this is 4 years of, like you
Yep.
said, no more doing this because you got to get up
Mm-mm.
whatever time in the morning. PT, you got to pass PT test. You got to make sure
Yep.
you may get deployed. I mean,
Yep.
sometimes, I know some frat brothers that I knew, they got
Mm-hmm.
deployed. One got deployed 16 weeks. He came back, I think, for like a month or two, got deployed another 12 weeks, came
Yep.
back. And he said, before I know it, man, my daughter was, she had creeped up on me. He said, so when I got back, I had the time in. And they said, we're going to have to do another 16. He said, no, I retired, bro, before I do that. So he retired before he went back.
That's how they got us. They back in 91
Mm-hmm.
before I got out. I went from 87 to 91. So
Uh-huh.
in 91, that's how they started. They started it in 91. It was like
Uh-huh.
when we came back, they had this thing put in place where you come back and do 6 months at home,
Yeah.
and that's including your weekly training and
Yeah.
operations, ops and night ops and all this kind of stuff like this,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
all that kind of stuff, right? That's included in them 6 months you at home, and then you got to go back over there and rotate back out for to rotate another unit out and replace them the other 6 months of the year. So it was almost like a 6 on, 6
Six
off.
off. Yeah.
But when I came back, I think I had like I think I came we I got back in August or something like that.
Hmm.
In 91. And so I knew October was coming. So
Yeah.
that's when I got out in October. So what I
Yeah.
did, I don't know if you remember that or not. I took what they call terminal leave. They may change the name now, but I
Uh-huh.
took terminal leave. I took all my vacation
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff
At
like
the
that.
end,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh. Burn
I
that
didn't
up.
take vacation. Yeah, I didn't burn it up. But what I did, I turned it back, it gave it back to them,
Oh
and
yeah, I
I got
got you.
out.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
got out early.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
So
did. I got out early, so I was still basically when I first got out. When I did that, I was
hmm.
back home. They were still sending me a check
Ah, I got you.
for 30 days. Cause
Yeah,
I was
because you still,
technically out.
yeah, but
I
you
was
was in.
technically, but I was in. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I was on
Uh-huh.
vacation or whatever. But when I
Uh-huh.
went back, that's when y'all went back with me. When I had
Yeah.
the time y'all
Uh,
went back with me to get my stuff.
I
That's when I
remember.
actually got
Yeah.
out. Yeah,
But
yeah.
like you said,
So.
man, that's something y'all got to be aware
Mm-hmm,
of as joining at an older age, even at a younger age. But I was
mm-hmm,
responding back to my man's that asked me about
mm-hmm,
hey, can you give more information about joining the military at an older age? Those are some of the things at an older age you're gonna just have to you just gotta figure it out. Like say for
mm-hmm,
example, figure out if what's your job gonna be. What's
mm-hmm.
the in other
That's
words, what's
important. That's key.
yeah, in other words,
That's
what's your
key.
purpose, bro? Like what is the
Right.
purpose of going in? Is it for the benefits? Is it for the learn a new trade and get paid for it? Is it for the
Mm-hmm,
uniform? Is it for the prestige? Is it what is it? Because
mm-hmm.
if it's just for prestige and uniforms, you're gonna pay the price. I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
dearly on that. You gotta want it because when you get there, they gonna give it to you. They got something waiting on you.
Yep.
I'm trying to tell you.
And see, just like Tavares, you remember
Yeah,
Tavares, right?
yeah,
Yeah. See,
uh-huh.
he in Poland.
See
Like
what
when
I'm
I talked to
saying?
him, when I talked to him when he was at home,
Mm-hmm.
for his pop's funeral, and
Uh-huh.
I talked to him, I was like, man, you got a pretty decent job.
Stay with
I
it
said, stick with it, man. He said he
and
was,
retire, boy.
cause see what he is, he's an armorer. So the only
Okay.
thing he do,
Okay.
so the only thing he doing is working in the armory,
Oh
passing boys,
yeah.
guns, weapons out or whatever. Like, here you
Yeah,
go. Well,
boy. Stay there.
I'll see y'all next week when you come out the woods. You know what I'm saying? So he's an
Stay
armorer.
there, boy. You better
Yeah,
stay in that job and retire, man.
yeah. And
How old is he?
another thing, I think Tavares is I can't remember. I know he fresh out of
Oh,
school
okay,
though.
okay, I got
Yeah,
you. So
he
he
fresh
just
out though.
in. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he fresh in. But then, like I said, another thing too that older guys gonna have to adapt to is like every day now. Like I said, I don't know how the other branches did, but I know every day,
Mm-hmm.
every morning, 7 o'clock, you got to fall out for PT. See,
Every one of them, yeah.
we ran 3 miles every day.
Uh-huh.
Every morning we ran 3 miles. When we came back, we ran straight on over there to the pull-up bars and we did your 20. And then you had to do your 80 sit-ups in 2 minutes. You had to do
Yeah.
that training, for your PT test.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when it came to the PT test, like Bow's doing it every day, the PT test won't nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
and like
so
and that's what you saying, man. Like, so it depends on the branch, man. You gotta,
mm-hmm.
the Air Force won't nothing like that. I
Right.
remember being at Pope and we get there at
Mm-hmm.
7 and they'll pay you an hour. And they give you an hour just free if you want to go work
Right.
out or not.
Mm-hmm.
I would take mine and go work out or go jog or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But some people like, man, hey, bro, I'll be ready when PT get here. And then that be
Oh
the
man.
ones that be struggling when it's
Yeah,
time
man.
for, to do the time PT. So it's just, man, it's just stuff like that y'all gotta know. Like just know the
Mm-hmm.
purpose. What is the purpose, bro? Make sure you show
Right.
up in shape. As the boy said, stay motivated, sound off, stuff
Yep.
like that, and you'll be all
And
right.
do not, I repeat, do not, I done said it before. Do not go
Go
in
with it with an
with an
open
open contract
right.
for the 30th time. Do
Do
not do
not
that.
do it. Old people, don't do it. You're gonna get stuck in infantry or security forces or whatever. Do
Yep.
not do it. Don't be so desperate to get into, because I know a lot of times folk hit in their mid 30s. They feel
Mm-hmm.
like they hitting a wall, dead end job. I want to do something
Mm-hmm.
different, and they just
Right.
desperate just to, oh, they gonna take me. I take whatever to get in, and that's the wrong mindset to have, because if
Right.
they want you, you can get the job that you want. You just can't
Right.
be desperate and then just go with an open cut. Well, we'll get you your job when you get done with basic training. No, sir. I need to
Mm-hmm.
know that before I leave. I'm
And
telling
then,
y'all,
like I
he
say,
told y'all, he
yeah,
telling you.
and then, like I say, as you older too, you older too, when that time gets closer and closer
Yeah,
for you to
yeah,
go into basic, that's when it's gonna really hit you. Like you
yeah,
were saying, like, Jordan
yeah.
was crying, Keisha was crying, you know what I'm saying? So,
Boy, I'm leaving RDU. Boy, they crying. And then they call me 5 minutes later. They in the car crying, doc. And I was like, boy. Then I get down to San Antonio, the airport in San Antonio. I get down there and it's a wrap. You
hmm,
you ain't got no phone. Just go ahead and make that
right,
clear.
right.
You ain't got no phone. Let me call check on them. Uh-uh.
Nah,
They
talking about basic.
Yeah, that's a wrap. You can go ahead
Yeah.
and put that
Oh
in a little
yeah.
bag, bro. Like these things y'all got to think about. You will not have a phone. I don't care if you leave, they hollering and crying and foaming at the mouth. Once you get there,
Hmm.
you ain't gonna be able to text and say, "Is everybody good?" Uh-uh.
Oh no.
They
No,
talk to you when
sir.
when you get that chance to get the phone. That's when they'll
Hmm.
talk to you. And
Right.
if that ain't understood from before you leave, then it's it's gonna be tough when you get there,
And
dog.
I know I talk about the core because because I that's what I did.
Yeah.
But like I said, trying to keep the guys, out of the core, like
Yeah.
especially the older cats, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
Navy,
bro.
something like that. But the guys, like I said, the guys, you remember that video that I said, because I sent all the guys a video with like a lot of people, they at first they didn't believe. I ain't saying they didn't believe it like that, but they
Hmm.
was like they was amazed when I told them that you about
Hmm.
when you go to Paris Island, when you get that last phone call.
Yeah, I'm
You
telling
see
you.
how you see how they do that, right? But
Yeah, yeah.
when I was telling people that, and people was like, for real, man, they don't do that, dude. I said,
Read off
okay.
that
So
little script.
yeah, when I sent them that video, and they was like, man, they do that for real. I'm like,
They
yeah, but I
do it for
said,
real.
they yeah, but I think they get with the parents. See,
Yeah.
I think they already they get with the parents, let the parents know what time it is. But see, like I was so shell shocked, I don't know what they did.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what I'm
it's
saying?
it
But
def it definitely will if you ain't experienced it before, it definitely will make you feel away.
mhm.
Because when I went Marine Corps, they give you that little script to read off of,
Oh yeah,
blah blah
yeah.
blah 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 blah, and hang up. You know what I'm
And they
saying?
hollering at you the whole
And
time
the
while you on
whole
the phone.
time. And
You
then
know.
and then when I went to the Air Force, I understood that. So when they put me as dorm chief, I was like, look, man, if y'all want phone calls, I write a report every night. If y'all want phone calls, man, y'all gotta look out for me. No more shower shoes in the floor, no more. Make sure everything's spotless and I could get it. I think our platoon got more phone calls, and everybody's be like, man, y'all down here all the time. And then
But see,
by me looking out for them, they would keep me a phone. Like
mhm,
I was like, yo, they would keep me a little. I talked to Keisha so much,
you
and
was a
this,
phone guard. You
yeah,
you
I'm
was
like, yo, they
you was a
gave me,
phone bully.
yeah, doc. And they was just like, hey, man, you looked out for us, man. You said, and I was just like, hey, y'all look out for me. I look out for y'all. That's it. The boys used to hook me up with Pop Tarts I used to work at the cafeteria and
Right.
the chow hall. They get me stuff like that, and I look out for them. It's what it
And
was,
see,
man.
that's why I tell the older guys, the older guy. I'm reaching out to the older guys now.
Yeah, yeah, holla at
That's
them.
that's going in. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell them, that what the guy was asking you about,
Yeah.
about military and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
At an older
Yeah.
age, I would tell him to go Air Force or
Yes,
Navy
please.
or something like that, because when you
Please.
talk about, because we always heard that, like, like when y'all like Air Force, they get to use the phones and stuff. Navy,
Oh,
see,
absolutely.
so we was at PI. When you was at PI,
Yeah.
and when we was at
Uh-huh.
PI, we was at PI. You don't get no phone calls or no pop
No.
tarts or none of that at PI.
Home of the sand fleet where
Yeah,
the boy was stealing them for me, dog. I was, I had
right,
a little hookup and then
right,
I go, hey, element leader, you watch the door while I go in here, and let me chow this out.
right,
And they looked out for me because it always works like this. If you look out for me, I look out for y'all. I can
right.
get you as many phone. I hold the pen, bro. I can write. If she said they
Mm-hmm.
deserve phone calls the next day, because we had a female
Mm-hmm.
TI, MTI. So
Mm-hmm.
when she left at night, I'm the guy. And all I'm just
Mm-hmm.
saying is y'all do what y'all do, bro. Y'all make
Right.
sure everything good. I write the report. Y'all get phone calls. And them boy would look
Mm-hmm.
out for me, man. So I mean, you could get somebody that's not like I was, and
Yeah.
y'all might not get no phone calls.
Right.
But I do know that we got a lot. Flight
Right.
349, boy, we got a lot of we got more phone calls than anybody. We had
Yeah.
to. So
And I
yeah.
tell the guys too. Yeah, I tell the guys too that if they decide, like I said, that Air Force or that Navy,
Mm-hmm.
see, like especially with this where older guys too got the advantage. Like,
Mm-hmm.
when they get to talk with guys like us.
Mm-hmm.
See, when they what I don't know what, you can probably speak on this. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know what Seymour,
Uh-huh.
what kind of base that is.
Uh-huh.
But for older guys, like my man was, from your area that was talking about
Mm-hmm.
this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when he get ready to say, like, if he make it to the Air Force, right,
Mm-hmm.
he can get it where he can go to Seymour,
Yep.
and he would be going too far from home. And the same thing if he went to the Navy
Yep.
from this area, he can get it where he can be stationed in Norfolk,
And if
which
you
is like a couple of
reserve,
hours away.
And if
Right.
you reserve for the Navy, they got one right down Western Boulevard. They got a little place
Yep.
right down there where they do the
Yeah.
reserves at. You could be right down the street. So
Yep.
it just depends on what y'all choose, how y'all
Mm-hmm.
choose it. Just make sure. Like, he can't say it enough. Do not go in the branch with an open contract. Do not show
Do
up out
not.
of shape.
Right.
If you
Don't
got,
let them and don't let them talk you into
there you go.
something, weird too. Like,
Yeah.
cause that can be just as worse as an open contract.
As an open contract, yeah, they talk you into a
Yeah.
weird contract. You be like, man, how I end up with this? Because when I in the Marine Corps, they had me. I would be driving tanks. I don't even
Okay.
know how I got it. And I was
Right.
going to Kansas. I went in Kansas, I believe. I'm gonna be driving
Right.
tanks. I'm like, bro, I get a tank job, bro. And
Right.
and so learning from the experiences, you know, I said, when I go to the Air Force, I'm gonna do my research and I'm gonna make sure
Mm-hmm.
I get the jobs that's gonna be good for me. They slide onto me, I slide them back. Nah, we good. Let me get
Right.
something else.
You wouldn't have been doing no walking though. You been but
Yeah, we,
you would have been up there with us though, but you wouldn't have been
yeah,
walking.
yeah, for real. And then you think
Yeah.
about, boy, them mugs get hit. Them Iraqis was lighting them jokes, some of them up though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
But
it's just,
some of them were like, really though, some of them like they did say, talk about that. They was hitting them, but they
mhm.
won't like, but like a lot of them got hit by friendly fire.
Oh, really,
Like,
really?
yeah, a lot of
Oh,
ours
wow.
a lot of our tank destroyers, like them 18 Warhols and stuff like that
Uh huh.
was
Just
hitting some
light
of them,
hitting everything. Yeah, they
yeah,
were,
they were, yeah, and some of them got hit,
they were
casualty
hitting
of war, you know
everything.
what I'm saying? Like, you
Wow.
know,
And that's what I'm
but yeah, don't,
saying though. Don't go
mm-hmm,
in with, unless you want to do that. I'm just saying, if you want to
mm-hmm.
go do infantry, be my guest.
Yeah, we
If that's
just
what
trying
you
to save
want.
you some
I'm
heartache.
I'm just trying to save you some heartache because it's gonna be some when it's 20 degrees for the high and you got to walk 10 miles with that pack
Mm-hmm.
on your back and
Right.
you walking out there in that cold with that them
Mm-hmm.
feet hurting with blisters on them and then you get to the
Yep.
next spot. If you don't know, like you said, how y'all used to do it, if you don't know to take that undershirt off,
Mm-hmm.
and then when you get there you take all the wet
Right.
stuff and put the dry shirt on.
Put
If
the
you don't
dry.
know that
Yep.
stuff, you gonna pay the price. That you
Yep. And you
definitely
had you
gonna
about
pay.
have you about 2, 3 pair of socks in your pack.
You gonna
So
pay.
you can take them wet ones off, put the dry ones on. But like I
Right.
said, that's the key to it. When you're doing that humping, like you take that undershirt, that under t-shirt off, take that
Mm-hmm.
t-shirt off, put in your pack, cause you're gonna get wet when you walk when you
Oh,
humping.
100%.
And then when you get the way you getting to, you take that off and put your nice dry t-shirt back on. You good.
Yeah, and you good, man. Yeah,
That's some
that's
tricks
stuff
of the
you gotta
trade. You know
know.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all heard that here. Let me stop playing.
It's trick.
Yeah.
Hey, that's some tricks of the trade, baby
Yeah.
boy. Hey.
Gotta know it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes, sir.
listen,
So,
we said what we said, dog. Y'all do what y'all feel like y'all need to do. But hey, we appreciate y'all for joining Man Talk
mhm.
133, man. Until next time, we out.